Hello, welcome to Music at Mario's. It's the first Tuesday of the month, June 1st, and this is our monthly live stream music series that's keeping the flame of our monthly residents alive during this pandemic-induced off-season. Myself, Phil Robinson, as well as Jason Vitelli and Victor V. Gurbo are your regular monthly hosts, and tonight we are joined by special guests Alethea, who is streaming with us from Oregon, and Swagata, who is streaming with us from down the block on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. So we're going to talk more and tell you all kinds of things over the course of the next 2 hours from 7 to 9. But for right now, we're going to jump right into the music. Kicking us off is the first of this month's two special guests, Alethea.
All right, so this song I actually wrote during the Black Lives Matter movement, and it's called Take Me As I Am. Have you ever stayed the whole night awake, staring at the sky? You watch the purple fade to pink, and you ask yourself why. And you try to change, but the winds of change don't blow your way, and you try to prove yourself, but it all felt the same, and you try to solve all the problems of this world. Oh, I've just gotta be me, oh, can't be no one else. I know I've tried all these things, just gotta be myself. Will you take me as I am? You gonna make me change? Will you take me as I am? You gonna make me change? Have you ever stared in the eyes of someone you could hate? You thought enough's enough, but you couldn't separate. There was more to them than everything they showed, and you couldn't fight, even though that's the way the wind blowed. Let your walls fall down, throw your baggage out. Let your walls fall down, throw your baggage out. Let your walls fall, let your walls fall, let your walls fall down. Let your walls fall, let your walls fall, let your walls fall down. Oh, I've just gotta be me, can't be no one else. I know I've tried all these things, just gotta be myself. Will you take me as I am? You gonna make me change? You gonna take me as I am?
Woo! Yeah.
All right, Alethea. Alethea, could you hear me without your headphones in?
I can.
All right. Thank you so much. For those of you following along at home, Alethea has joined us all the way from Oregon tonight. And she is one of these performers that I think about 6 months ago, I called her out of the blue, probably around November, December, and said, hey, do you want to be on our live stream on June 1st? So, Alethea, thank you so much for being a good sport.
Yeah, no problem. I love this. I love the streams.
Tell us a little bit about the song you just played.
So that was, I wrote that in the middle of the protests last summer. And I think a lot of us artists kind of wanted something to create to respond to everything. There's so much for us to write about within this last year, right? Like so many different world events. And I also, as a person, have always struggled to try to kind of conform to different things. Like I was a soccer coach, and I did okay, but I wasn't like the best soccer coach ever. You know, there's just certain things in my own life where I felt like it's like, okay, we just have to be who we are and like embrace that, you know?
Very good. Right on cue, as you were talking, the police siren was sounding in the background. So.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to hearing more songs from you tonight and chatting a little bit more with you as the night goes on. But for right now, we're going to move along to our second monthly guest, Swagata Biswas.
Hi, everyone.
Swagata's boring. She's only joining us from across the street.
Hey, Upper East Side's not boring. I mean, you live here, right? How boring can it be? But the song I will start with is, sorry about that. This is my debut single into all forays of singer-songwriting dumb. So this is called Lens. I hope you enjoy it. Won't you stand in front of my lens so I can capture all your bends and your curves to no end, yeah. Won't you smile, just smile and hold it for a little while so I can freeze it in time, look back at it to admire. Ooh, 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 ooh. Won't you stay in my frame so I can focus on the contours of your face and reminisce about the way you made me feel when you looked at me that way, yeah. Won't you give me a pose, I suppose, to keep the memory of a moment in time where we're happy and carefree. Ooh, 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 ooh. In these images, I create a story about you and me. It may not be a reality, but for now it it to be when I press the shutter. I wonder, will I tell you what I want, what's been on my mind, or will I stutter? Will I stutter? Won't you stand in front of my lens so I can capture all your bends and your curves to no end, yeah. Won't you stand in front of my lens? Won't you stand in front of my lens? 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 Ooh, ooh, ooh. When will I be in front of yours? Thanks.
Wow.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Swagata, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, Phil, and all. First of all, happy to be here tonight. I love Roomful Skies, monthly music at Mario's, and I was born and raised in New York City, and so I've been involved in music for most of my life through dancing, singing, and my background's been in Indian classical music. But a couple years ago, I started writing songs like folk songs, pop songs, things like that. And I would say I started my whole journey into being a singer-songwriter about 4 years ago, where I started actually going out there performing. And guitar is actually my second instrument that I picked up while, writing more songs and things like that. And I love doing this.
Well, thank you so much for being part of our scene. You see our good friend Pamela at home just chimed in, said that your voice reminds her of Joni Mitchell. That's pretty high praise.
Thank you, Pamela. That's such a compliment.
Yeah, the song also, it had the Stevie Wonder aspect to it, which I liked. Jazziness.
I haven't heard that, but I love Stevie Wonder. I was just listening to Superstition earlier today.
It's almost as if you were the illegitimate love child of Joni and Stevie.
Oh, Phil.
So, and of course we have to thank you again for pinch hitting for us tonight. We had our originally scheduled featured act, Brenda Carsey, was going to be joining us from LA. It was going to be an East Coast, West Coast kind of night, but she had to opt out very last minute, and Swagata stepped up. So thank you for being part of tonight's stream. And of course, Swagata was scheduled to do our in-person Mario's residency right when COVID started about a year and 3 months ago, and unfortunately we had to postpone her live in-person event. So it's only fitting that you're here with us tonight. So this is Music at Mario's. This is our online version. I know a lot of venues, a lot of states around the U.S. are transitioning back to live in-person events. Mario's, our monthly first Tuesday of every month event, is going to return live in person to Mario's. We're not sure when we're going to make that transition, But once we do, we're actually going to keep this online streaming series going in the same format. We've had a great time with it over the last year and a half, and we have to credit Victor, of course. Victor hooked Jason, myself, and himself up with our monthly residency at Mary O's. For those of you who are not in New York, Mary O's is the greatest Irish pub in the history of the universe, located in the East Village of New York City. And for
Phil
a couple
really
years,
likes the shepherd's pie. He really likes that shepherd's, and he will let you know that he likes that shepherd's pie.
it's like an orgasm in the mouth every bite.
See, you weren't supposed to take it any further, but you did, and we're live. That's cool. All right, that's the kind of show we're doing. It's not a kid show no more.
Jason, myself, and Victor, of course, we share this monthly residency, first Tuesday of every month at Mary O's, with a rotating roster of special guests. And during this pandemic time, we've been doing a version of that online. So tonight we've been joined by Swagata and Alethea. It's my turn. Here's my song. Again, my name's Phil Robbins. You can hear me okay? Yep. All right, here we go. The world is not fair. Some of us are born with a lot. Some of us are born with very little. This is a song about someone who's born with a lot. This is called Fortunate Son. I was born into this world, a child of some wealth. Never had to worry for possessions or for health. Sheltered from the world, I'd go to any length. Addicted to the comfort I once mistook for strength. Just another fortunate son. Just another fortunate son. In my place, take any other one. Myself adrift, traveled on a path that I found ready-made, traded my ambitions just to have some fun. Now I lay awake and wonder, is this all that I've done? Just another fortunate son. Just another fortunate son. In my place, take any other one. Now I think of the ones who started with less, who had to work hard to make their success, who've done much more with much less than me. And I look at the ways I coddle myself, only endless escapes to cover my shelves. I drain away my vitality, 'cause I'm just another fortunate son. Just another fortunate son. In my place, take any other one. what I see when I look in the mirror? Do I like what I see when I look in the mirror? When I look in the mirror, what do I see? Do I like what I see when I look in the mirror? Do I like what I see when I look in the mirror? When I look in the mirror, what do I see? Do I like what I see when I look in the mirror? Do I like what I see when I look in the mirror? When I look in the mirror, what do I see? Hey now I see a man who runs from his fears, hides from the world, his soul disappears. It's like I've lived as somebody else. But damned if I'm gonna go on in that way, let myself live another false day. That I ask more of myself. Yes, it's time that I ask more of myself. How can I ask more of myself?
Yeah. Oh, you got a fan here, Ruth Trenery. She loves that one.
All right. Well, I am a fan of Ruth. Good to see you, Ruth. Hopefully, we're all starting to get fully vaccinated, and we could do this in person fairly soon. And Princess Pam, thank you so much for tuning in. That is my song, Fortunate Son. We'll keep things rolling right along. Up next, we have one of our monthly co-hosts, also producer on the technical side, Jason Vitelli.
Hi, everybody. Great to see you all. My mic by my piano here. Actually stays good. So, during the pandemic, I actually bought a car, which was kind of helpful. Having, we trips with Lisa's mom and my wife's mom, and you'd enjoy kind of time out in the wilderness. But this song is about a car crash. It's called Pinwheel. Myself with both hands, for I forgot to hear the traffic that's crowding round my head. Can't take back what I've seen. I'm just kidding, no doubt. My wheels are just spinning around and around. I can't take it anymore. My car tires are swerving, of course, yet I marvel at the terrible price this may cost. This may cost too much. Neutral gear break us through past the blind spots of our view. For the car horn beeps too loud if it can't give up any ground. Around and around we go. Around and around we go. Watercolor lines toward the threshold of the next stop sign. I turned the corner, didn't notice you. made the right signal before I moved. Slow down, slow down. At the flickering light, slow down, slow down. At the flickering light, whoa. Slow down. You tread across the pavement as I open the door to peer. Standing between both fenders, don't see any damage here. That was a close one, no doubt. I could have been tossed around and around. I can't take it anymore. Swapping numbers, we collectively sigh. For this is nothing but a moment gone awry. Let it go.
Woo! Love that one.
Jason,
so
how are
much.
you so awesome?
I always get asked that by you. Thank you, Phil.
That
I feel like
composition.
everyone's awesome here. We're sharing in our awesomeness.
But like that song, the composition too on piano, it's amazing.
Oh, thank you
I mean,
so much.
I played like piano for years, but you know, when I'm writing songs and things like that, it's just the easy way out to just, you know, play chords, arpeggiate them to make them sound nice. But you have this whole composition behind your song, which I think is amazing that you came up with that simultaneously with the song.
With that particular song, I was definitely influenced by Stevie Wonder in that. And also a lot of the jazz studies that I did on piano, just on my own over the years, I found allowed me to kind of tap into certain things I wouldn't normally tap into. Appreciate that, though.
Jason, what is one thing about yourself that you are dying for our audience at home to know about you?
Can't think of it right. Can I get back to you?
I could ask you an easier question. How would you broker a peace deal between the Israelis and the Palestinians?
Oh yeah, that's a lot
Let's
easier.
not go there. Let's not go there.
All right, pick one of those two questions to answer for our next swing around the circle. In the meantime, for those of you following along at home, if you have any insight as to what makes Jason so awesome, or how peace could be achieved in the Middle East, please write your insights in the comments below. Victor, you're up.
Alrighty. Gonna get canceled one way or another. I guess we might as well go out swinging. Alrighty, I'm getting ready to record. Makes you start to look at your material, play with keys and stuff like that. So I'm going to try this a little higher than I normally do and see how it feels. Song's called, this tune's called Love Songs. Goes like this. You know, time's got a funny way of moving slow every day but fast when you're around. Me maybe it's the way you wear your hair or the funny way that you stare that keeps my ears to the ground. Well, I don't know how to walk the walk or even how to talk the talk, but I'll learn that for you and more. She moves like the motion of the sea. She makes me forget about Galilee and all the altars that I've prayed before. Well, yes, I confess that it's true. Love songs make me think of you, and that's why I hate them all. Oh, them firstborn sons throw down the blades. It's a party on the Everglades when you walk in the room. Your face could launch 1,000 ships, and baby, when you move your hips, I clearly see my doom. You're stronger than a star that's struck, and I'd guzzle all that liquid luck to find the right words to sing. Because from now until the end of time, I'm trapped within some silly rhyme where you're my everything. Well, yes, I confess that it's true. Love songs make me think of you, and that's why that's why I hate them all.
Woo! Nice,
Yeah,
Victor.
that's a different key than you usually would play that in,
just
right? A little
taking
bit
it
higher.
up half a step. Seeing
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what goes through your heads as artists when you start to think about codifying your material.
Oh, forget about
it fills me with existential dread. Well, because again, there's all the questions of there are things that you can do with the higher register of your voice and the lower register of your voice. What kind of nuance you want to get? There's certain things that I feel like when you're playing live, sometimes the nuance in the lower range, depending on how you sing. Me personally, it can get lost. Whereas when I record, when I'm by myself, I'm like, ooh, I can do little emotional things and break in certain points.
Right.
So I'm just playing everything in every key and completely forgetting why I'm doing anything that I'm doing. So that's what's going on over here.
It's like
Well, I
you
would
don't
say-
even...
Oh, sorry, Phil.
No, go ahead.
First.
After you.
No, I would say I like that key a lot because it's a more intense approach, but it feels like a love song would be in that key.
Okay,
you?
that's right.
And then it like surprises you. That's why I hate
It's
them
supposed to do that. Yeah, that's supposed to turn around.
Almost the surprise
It's supposed
comes.
to go, oh, it's a love song, and then it's
it
not
even
a love
comes
song.
it even surprises you more in that key.
Okay.
That makes
And-
any sense.
And I would say that as a man, you tend to sound more vulnerable in your higher register. So it
Well,
has
as
a
a woman
good...
too, actually.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
as...
anyone. Okay.
Yeah, so kind of being in that vulnerable place in your voice, I think lends itself well to a tender love song. Before you pull the rug out from under them with the last line.
Right.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is Victor V. Gurbo, one of the 3 monthly hosts, along with myself and Jason. As I had mentioned earlier, if you're just joining us, Jason, Victor, and myself have our monthly Mary O's residency, Music at Mary O's, first Tuesday of every month at Mary O's, the greatest Irish pub in the history of the universe, in the heart of the East Village in Manhattan. While we are doing live stream stuff, this is our online edition, Music at Mario's Online. And each month, Jason, Victor, and I are joined by 2 special guests. That's true when we do this in person, and it's true when we do it on the live stream. Tonight, our special guests are Alethea and Swagata, and you have just heard each of us do one song. We completed a trip around the circle. From now until 9 o'clock, we will complete 2 more trips around the circle. So kicking off the second round of the night, we have, once again, Alethea.
Wait, are we gonna talk at all, or no talking?
I was going to. We could chat. Yeah, I usually let you do
I'm
the
not ready
song
to
and then
play
we chat
yet.
after. But
No, I was just gonna
What's
say,
a-
Victor. I've been recording a lot too, and oh wait, I'm supposed to have it. Yeah, and I actually recorded an entire song in the wrong key. And people sent me their instrumentals, and like I had to redo the whole song. It was
Oh
horrible.
no.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's
That's
such a thing. Yeah.
well,
Was
now
this,
you have. But now you have a bonus version of your song.
Yeah.
No, it's horrible. I can't show anyone.
So, did you record? Did everyone record it in that wrong key and then you re-recorded? Oh.
Yeah, that's what really sucks. Is like you really have to get it down before you involve anyone else, because then it's like yeah. All right. Well, I guess. So this song is about the wedding planner. Has anyone seen it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, with the famous actress who I can't remember at the moment her name. But
Oh, that's Jennifer Lopez, right?
Yeah, Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so this song is kind of about that. It's about like falling in love with someone you're not like who's not available, right? So it's called High Road. Oh, sorry, okay. These feelings deep inside, they rise with the tides in time. There's so much I can't say, I can't tell you. I want you. Ooh, yeah. I want you. But I'm taking the high. Sorry, is this way out of tune or is it just me? One sec. I can't play if it's out of tune. It sounds.
It sounded pretty good.
Okay. All right. I'll just start where I left off then. I'm taking the high road home tonight. There's bigger things than us, and I'm keeping them in mind. When I look away, I can see her face. She deserves the best in my mind, my mind. I want you. Ooh, 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 yeah. I want you. But I'm taking the high road home tonight. There's bigger things than us, and I'm keeping them in mind. High. I'm taking the high road home tonight. There's bigger things than us, and I'm keeping them in mind. I think that was out of tune. I'm sorry about that, guys.
Don't worry about it. Your voice
No,
is
don't worry.
beautiful.
That sounded great.
Even I could hardly hear
I
any
can't play because I can
out-of-tune stuff.
hear it now, and it's like Okay, I'll fix it. I'll go fix it. But
It sounds great.
Yeah,
Man.
don't worry about that at all. You sounded fantastic.
yeah.
2021 was going so well too, and now it's all ruined. Well, you could always
because my guitar.
better luck next year with 2022, maybe. maybe that'll be a better year.
No, this year's going okay so far, right? It's going better.
It's getting better. It's
Getting
getting there.
better.
Yeah. It's definitely better than the last one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
my
let's
goal
leave it-
Who thinks that it's like you lost a year? It's like you literally, like, my memory of last year is sort of like cloudy.
No, me too. I think, but it was like we almost were like in these caves being hermits. Like we got this insight, this depth now, you know? I think. Yeah.
I just went nuts. I appreciate that, like, someone
That
got
too,
something
yeah,
out of that
that
emotionally, whereas I just, just totally
Did you
lost my
write
mind.
any crazy songs?
I did not find it to be a very productive, creative period of my life. I know other people were able to. I'd try to write, and I'd hear, like, an ambulance go by, and my brain would just go with it. And that was...
Those first couple months in New York were insane. Like I was
Yeah.
there when it hit, and it was like, yeah.
It was very stressful. I wrote a little bit, but the stress just definitely affected.
There was an Onion article where just the title was, artists shocked to find out that most stressful period of their life does not lead to creativity.
Wow.
So after the stressful part of your life, you can write about the stressful part.
Yes, we hope. Yeah, we'll all get something one way or another.
Well, that's a question though. Like when you're in the middle of something, do you guys write or do you have to wait till it's over?
Depends
what
on
I
the
mean?
thing.
Yeah,
I
it
think,
depends.
personally.
Yeah.
Me personally, when I'm too upset to exist, I am not artistic. I'm just putting all my energy and effort into trying to feel okay in my skin. And then once I have some composure, then I could be creative about it.
Right.
That's just me.
I agree with that.
As an introvert, however, I actually, not that I would wish, sickness or unemployment or hardship on anyone, but I actually really enjoyed having being locked down for a whole year. I was able to be tremendously productive. I recorded my whole album and wrote a lot. And it's a little bit of a challenging.
Aren't you something?
Well, I struggle a lot when the world is normal. So when the world was upside down for a year, it was a little
Phil, you're
bit
such
easier.
a dynamic person, in everything that you're doing and building, and I think not that you get carried away, but it's a lot of work, and you didn't realize it until the pandemic hit how much it was taking of your time. You even said to me, like, you wouldn't have been able to record anything if the pandemic didn't happen, essentially.
Yeah, that's actually true. I was trying to find the time to record the album over a span of a couple of years, and there were so many live performances and events and things that felt a lot of pressure to not say no to. You get a good opportunity. Hey, do you want to do this really awesome thing next week? Yes, I do. And then 2 years go by, and it's just been... So, well, a question for you guys quickly, and then we'll move on to Swagata's song. But now that the world is opening up again, are you basically recreating your previous situation from before the pandemic, or as you remount your lives, is it going to be a new shape that you were able to dream up over the last year?
It's a good question.
Yeah. Who wants to go? I mean, I have an answer, but
You do? Yeah, I want to hear. I have one.
okay. For me, hold on. I have to take the headphones off. For me, I think that before the pandemic hit, I felt like I was going out all the time. I was always being social, and I'm the complete opposite. I'm an extrovert, so I like social situations, things like that. But I found that it didn't give me the time, or I felt kind of scatterbrained, to be honest, and like I wasn't getting the time to actually sit down and write something or be creative, or just like I just always felt like I was pressed for time. So when the lockdown hit, I was actually living in Seattle, Washington at the time, and everything locked down, and I would say the first week and a half was pretty tough. I'm like, I mean, I wasn't freaking out or anything, but then I learned to kind of come back to myself, and like I learned to enjoy like my own company, and a lot of times, like, I just felt like I needed rest. And I think, like, this whole period, I mean, just like Phil said, I wouldn't want to wish sickness or anything like this upon anyone else, but, or to happen again or anytime soon. But, you know, it did give me time to rest and really, like, reflect, recollect, and, like, then I feel like I'm going forward now as things are opening up. I'm going forward with the new perspective of how to balance my time better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
that's what it did for me.
Well,
I agree with you wholeheartedly on that one.
Yeah.
One last comment from Alethea, and then we'll move on to more music with Swagata. What were you going to say, Alethea?
oh, I just, yeah, I feel you. I think it's hard to integrate like those new, realizations though. Like, I feel like the world's opening up and it's already demanding a lot. Like, so that's what I'm struggling with right now is like, okay, I just had this all happen. We just had this all happen. Can we just take a chill and like realize like it wasn't working how it was? Like, and yeah, there's so much with that too, like with how to rebuild the music scene but yeah, me personally, I just want to share this. I think it is super important and we need to talk about this more, like the concept of rest. I think I got COVID because and then I got diagnosed with an autoimmune condition from so I just want to emphasize that, like health and rest is so important and like we can't forget that, and I have a whole more to say about all of that, but yeah, it changed me for sure, like for the better. Like sickness can also be weirdly a helpful thing, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
For those of us who feel the need to be productive and get stuff done, sometimes we eventually learn that allowing yourself to rest is the next step to take to be productive. Like that's what you need to do in order to continue to be on your path.
100%.
You can't neglect it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, our good friend James just said hi. That's Hot Indie Media. Hey James, good to see you.
Yeah, I popped him on the screen.
And
he's a fellow streamer, a very talented technological guy as well as musician.
Yeah. All right, Swagata, your second turn of the night.
Hey everyone. If you just tuned in, thanks for tuning in. The second song I'm going to play was actually my second or sophomore single. You can find it on Spotify. I'm actually working on a music video for this song. And both Lens and Waves are on Spotify, Lens and Waves are both on Spotify, but Waves, for some reason, like streaming-wise, it took off. So people seem to enjoy it. But I wrote this before the pandemic, but released it during the pandemic. And the message behind it is that you could go through a tough time, but there's better days ahead. So I hope you enjoy Waves. Excuse me, sorry. We should do this. Some days are hard. Your worries are tearing you apart. You don't know how to put it in words, and all of your thoughts go unheard. Tell me what you see. Is the horizon faded and blurry? Sea salt tears stream down your cheeks. Take a breath, feel the fresh breeze. The waves crash down but reveal smooth sand. Rolls and rumbles through a calm silence. The waves crash down but reveal smooth sand. The sun falls but it rises again. As time flies by, your head spins but you're standing still, isolated on an island with an emptiness you can't seem to fill. The waves crash down but reveal smooth sand. Rolls and rumbles to a calm silence. The waves crash down but reveal smooth sand. The sun falls but it rises again. Where do you go from here? In this ocean of apprehension, does it flow in all directions? Look for a beacon of navigation. Tell me what you're feeling. Are you drowning or drifting away in a sea of unsolved sorrows? Keep your head above, it will be okay. The waves crash down but reveal smooth sand. Rolls and rumbles through a calm silence. The waves crash down but reveal smooth sand. The sun falls but it rises again. And the waves crash down but reveal smooth sand. Rolls and rumbles to a calm silence. The waves crash down to reveal smooth sand. The sun falls but it rises again.
Woo!
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Swag. So that was the first song. Was that the first single? Which one came first, Waves or Lens?
Lens came first.
Lens came
And
first.
then-
Okay, so you actually perform them in the order that you released them
Yes.
tonight. And you are about to record to film the video for Waves?
Yeah, and I was planning on doing this last year, but clearly pandemic hit. But at the time, I was living in Seattle on the West Coast, and the plan was that I was going to fly back to shoot, and that's what I did with Lens. And but yeah, when lockdown hit, it just didn't make sense to shoot a music video. So yeah, we're reconvening and doing this in the next couple weeks, and then once it's ready, I'll make an announcement about when it's going to be released.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have multiple people on camera in the video, or is it all you?
This video will be pretty much me. There may be another person in just one scene, but this is really going to talk about, struggles that you're going through and decision-making processes, basically, and how to blend them.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you noticed while you were singing, but our good friend Scott Krokoff of the New York Writers Room, he tuned in and said you were sounding great. Hey, Scott. Scott,
Hey,
of course,
Scott.
of
Always
course,
good to see you.
has been on our live stream in the
Yes.
recent past, and this is probably a good time to mention that I know for myself and Victor and Jason and maybe Swagata, our first in-person live performance in 15 months is coming up at the end of this month. The four of us that I just mentioned are all going to be featured on the Roomful of Sky stage at this year's Porch Stomp. Saturday, June 26th on Governor's Island in New York. It's an all-acoustic festival from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. I think it's 12 to 14 stages of all acoustic instruments. Roomful of Sky Music has its own stage this year, and myself, Victor, Jason are three of the performers. Swagata also, and Scott Krokoff, who we're just talking about, is joining us as well, plus 7 other acoustic acts from the New York area. We could have included Alethea, but she's in Oregon, so
Next one.
so our loss. All right, so I am going to perform next. I'm going to do a song that I haven't performed in years. With these live streams, we do a couple each month, and I've been trying to challenge myself each time to do a brand new or never before performed original and a never before performed cover. So I'm gonna get a prop for this next one. I'll be right back. It's right there behind me.
Wow, it's the first time for that. Exciting.
All right. So
Phil, your image is frozen. It'll probably come back in a moment.
okay, I don't know if you can
Maybe
see
that-
this image.
Not yet.
Actually, that's my computer's.
No,
This is a
Sorry.
photo of myself and my father. I have a very unusual family history in that I was the product of my father's midlife crisis. My father had been married and raised 3 children, and then his marriage ended, and at the age of around 50, he was vacationing in Europe, where he met a beautiful young 20-year-old woman, 30 years younger than he was, walked up to her and said, "I'm going to marry you one day." And then here I am. So it's an interesting story, but my dad had an unusual life. The second marriage to my mom also ended, and then my dad never really got over it. He was always obsessed with this idea of going back to Prague and finding another young 20-year-old woman to recreate this very specific episode from his past, which with each passing year became increasingly unlikely to happen. So as a young 10, 11, 12-year-old kid, I was really bewildered to observe my father traveling to Prague every year like a crazy, obsessed lunatic. No disrespect, Dad. But so I wrote this song about 20 years ago. The name of this song is Prague, and it's young Phil trying to make sense of my father's life, which was really bizarre to me. It's a little bit of a long and boring story song. I wrote it in the style of a Woody Guthrie song, so I hope it does not seem too long and boring. But I figured
I saw it years ago when you performed it at the Rug Store at Heiko's. I really loved it then.
Oh, great. I think that might have been the last time I performed it publicly. It's a once every 10-year song.
Special.
So this is Prague. I lived in Prague as a child.
Oh.
All right. You can hear me okay? Your marriage ended, so you go for a long vacation. Sit back in your chair, pilot calls a destination. 12 hours to Prague as the runway disappears, and you know that jet air, man, it'll peel back the years. She sits behind the desk at the Hotel Tavine. And ain't she the prettiest thing this old man's ever seen? There's nothing else to do but to walk right up and say, well, hey there, little girl, I'm gonna marry you one day. 'Cause you're in Prague to remember, in Prague to forget, in Prague to find the love you haven't found yet. You walk the streets of the city like a prowler at night, like it's the only place on earth you've got a chance to make things right. For the trip back to Jersey, you buy 2 tickets, not one. And a couple years later comes along a young son. The years go by and you never think twice. She fills the holes in your heart. This young, this beautiful wife. You never dreamed that things could go from good to worse. That your second chance at marriage could go the way of your first. You don't see it coming the day she takes her love away. Oh, there's nothing you can do, no. There's nothing you can say. You go to Prague to remember, to Prague to forget, love you haven't found yet. You walk the streets of the city like a prowler at night, like it's the only place on earth you've got a chance to make things right. Go on, you don't move on. You don't find any good. But if I could get you back there one more time, Dad, well, you know that I would.
Yeah, Phil, that was fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the ending. The ending was so good with the harmonica. It's like, yeah.
I don't think I ever told you this, Phil, but yeah, I had that chorus in my head for like a good few months after that show. There's something about that refrain. It's a really good sound. I really enjoyed it.
So the song works. You wouldn't characterize it as too long and boring and slow?
Perfect.
Nope.
Okay. When I was younger, maybe 20 years ago when I started writing songs, I was so obsessed with the lyrics, I would really neglect the music. I would just basically write long, short stories, paragraph after paragraph, and then put a little bit of music behind it. And now I'm a little bit self-conscious, so that really is a very pleasant surprise to me each time one of these older songs is so well received. So thank you for listening and honoring the memory of my father with your attention.
And I'm honored to have met him.
That's right. Yeah, you and I went out to the Goat Cafe in New Jersey, and my dad came and he watched each of us do a set. So. And
I met your half brother too.
Yeah, Wayne. Yeah, my father passed away 9 years ago. So, yep, that was a great night, Jason, and I'm glad you were able to be part of it. All right, moving along. I believe Jason, you're up after me, so take it away.
Trying to think of a good song to. 1 second, I gotta close the door behind me. I don't know if I've performed this on here before, but this is a song I wrote for my wife as she was getting back into music. She had given it up for many years. So it was really wonderful to see her sing. I made a promise to you, and I don't even know why. But I saw your reflection in the window pane crying out. It said it won't be long, I'll sing my song, but just the same, you're not who you are supposed to be. Did I say, what did I do wrong? Did I write too many love songs and not make a point to be strong? To belong to myself instead of belonging to someone else. Wait until the day is done, you won't cry anymore. Look inside, you're alive, and that's all you need to know. The fear beside you is soaking wet, filled with the tears of yesterday's regret. As you fill your life into the lonesome well, it comes to your senses that you'll never be alone. Whoa, you never, oh, you'll never will be alone. So you put your heart into a savior, be it truth, the God of love, or the music that makes you. But the sky will open wide, and tears roll down your smile, and you curse the day that you kept you inside. Inside, you kept you inside. So don't you fret, oh no, just sing to me again. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Is the subject of that song there with you to hear it in person?
She's in the other room. She just got home from work.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, been a long day.
I really like, there's one line of it that I love. It's just like gold. It's I love the melodies. Like some of the melodies are really awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're getting a lot of positive comments from everyone tuned in, Pam and Jeff, Jacobs and Scott. But I hate to break this to you, Jason. You also got digitally booed, and James booed you for the reason that you are wearing pants, and he tuned in to see a pantsless, half-naked
Well,
Jason.
actually, I'm wearing shorts. I'll show you.
All about
I had to get up
technicalities
on my
at this
seat.
point.
All right, there you go. That's the spirit, Jason. Got to give the people what they want. So, Jason's
Dance for
meeting you
us.
halfway. I hope you are. I hope that's adequate.
What, he used to wear like a Pikachu costume?
Yes, I love that picture. Can we get that up on the screen? Can we just have that up while I'm playing? That's all I want
I'll
is
look
James
it
in the
up and
cosplay
I'll download
Pikachu
it.
outfit.
The shorts are too long.
The shorts are too long, man. Man,
Haters.
some people are givers, some people are takers. No matter how much you give James, he just wants more and more and more. He's never going to be satisfied. While,
All right,
while,
you're
while,
Victor, right?
while Jason is contemplating how many articles of clothing he's going to remove later for his third performance of the night, we'll move on to Victor.
I thought this was a family show. Okie dokie. Let's see if I can balance and get this on. There we go. This is my, I call this my Boris Karloff guitar, which is an old reference that I don't know if anyone will get. I got this guitar right after Hurricane Sandy hit, and I picked it up because it was cheap. Cheap for, I mean, it was made in 1966, but it was really damaged. It had a big crack down the middle. And I brought it to my guitar shop, and they said, "Victor, are you on drugs?" And I said, "No, this is just me normally," which was unrelated to anything. And they said there was no way that they could possibly fix this. So I went home and I went on eBay to try to see if I could sell it and get my money back. And I found that someone was just selling. Their father was a disgruntled Martin factory worker who quit and took a bunch of parts with him. And one of them being a never-used factory top from 1966. So I bought it, and the shop slapped the face on. So this is as a new.
Serendipitous. Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't not. It would have, I probably would have saved money if I bought one that wasn't Frankenstein together. But just the fact that the pieces all lined up, I couldn't not do it.
That shop, that's the shop that you usually go to, right?
Yes, Retrofret. Fantastic people. Love them to
Fantastic. I
death.
love that place.
If they would let me live there, I would live there.
They fixed my guitar. I ran into a pole, full speed.
That's right, the fence post.
Yeah.
It
And they fixed it.
It hurts my soul as a guitar person.
You got a request, by the way.
I did? Okay, I'll do that one next. I have the standard tuning guitar. I'll do that one next. I wasn't going to do that one because Phil is very sick of hearing that one, but I will do it. And Phil cannot blame me. This song is called The Wrong Side of the River. It goes like this. Cars don't fly on the interstate. The drivers just sit, curse their weight. They grip the wheel and accept their fate for you. 'Cause maybe if you were here, I wouldn't let all my little fears bring me to the brink of tears and stick to me like glue. I'm on the wrong side of the river, baby. I believe I'm rolling wrong. I'm on the wrong side of the river, baby. I believe I'm rolling wrong. I'm on the wrong side of the river, baby. I believe I'm rolling wrong. Don't know where it is that I belong. There's several miles of a perfect stall. The first few cars watch the night fall. Behind the van with the graffiti scrawled, it reads, "Without you, I can't live." Maybe something fell from a flatbed truck. Perhaps that's the reason that we're all stuck. But let's face it, it's just my rotten luck. You know the open road don't forgive. I'm on the wrong side of the river, baby. I believe I'm rolling wrong. I'm on the wrong side of the river, baby. I believe I'm rolling wrong. I'm on the wrong side of the river, baby. I believe I'm rolling wrong. Don't know where it is that I
a stream of sad songs where I repeat your name and sing along, and then I play 'em back just to prolong the memory. And somewhere in those rhythmic rhymes I can kiss you sweetly between the lines and pretend for just a time that it was only you and me. I'm on the wrong side of the river, baby, I believe I'm rolling wrong. I'm on the wrong side of the river, baby, I believe I'm rolling wrong. I'm on the wrong side of the river, baby, I believe I'm rolling wrong. Don't know where it is that I belong.
Yeah, so good.
Thank you.
Victor, how are you so awesome?
Again, you keep perpetuating that lie, and it's not gonna help me down the line. It's not. They're gonna expect things and want things, and this is all it is.
And thank you, Ruth.
There's-
She really liked that song.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you.
What I really liked about that is I got so many visuals while you were singing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That's yes.
Applause from Pamela, and a great Victor from Scott. All right, so if you're
That is
joining
just
us
so
from home,
supportive, and all these people who are replying are all talented and great. A great community we got here. So thank you all.
this is one of those music scenes where you could take the audience and put them on stage and put the performers into the audience, and it would all amount to basically the same thing. And often that's exactly what does happen. So if you're just joining us from home, this is Music at Mary O's, our monthly live stream, the first Tuesday of every month. Soon to return to our in-person monthly residency at Mary O's, the Irish pub in the East Village, but alive right now in our online incarnation. This has been produced by Roomful of Sky Music. That's our little music community. Right now, you're watching this on a Roomful of Sky channel, whether that's Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share below. We do a couple of these live streams each month. And we do, once the world opens up, we'll do probably 7 to 8 live events around New York and New Jersey every month. Oh, Jason disappeared. The technical support for tonight's live stream is by Jason's company, Music for Multimedia. That blinking thing over there. For those of you watching
I'm getting sick.
just so you know, this video is going to live forever on the Roomful of Sky channel on Facebook and also on YouTube. So if you are just tuning in and you wanted to hear Alethea's song that kicked off the night an hour and a half ago, you could catch it and it will be there forever. Let's begin our third round.
So the tuning is on there. That's the one thing with these live performances.
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah. Okay, so this song is called One Day, and it's written about a family member. And I think a lot of people can relate to it. How's this sound? Is it okay?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And it's in tune, just in case anyone's wondering. You always say that you're there for me, but you don't do what it takes. You always say that you love me, but your words are all fake. One day I'll fill this hole that's deep inside, you know, 'cause one day I'll find my place. I'm good enough, good enough. One day I'll be fine without you. One day I won't cry. One day I'll be fine without you. One day I'll be fine, but not today, 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 today. Not today, 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 today. Always say that you're there for me, but you don't do what it takes. You always say that you're sorry for all the pain that you make. One day I'll fill this hole that's deep inside, you know, 'cause one day I'll find my place. I'm good enough, good enough. One day I'll be fine without you. One day I won't cry. One day I'll be fine without you. One day I'll be fine, but not today, 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 today. Not today, 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 today. One day, 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 I'll be fine. Sorry, that's a sad song. But yeah, envision like a gospel choir, because that's my vision for it.
Oh, totally. I could see that.
Like one
Yeah, I
day.
can totally see that.
Part.
That was beautiful.
Oh.
You remind me a bit of Jewel.
Yeah, I get that a lot, actually. Jewel and other people, but yeah, Jewel.
Alethea, you know what you reminded me?
But this is the one I did in the wrong key. I did in the key of C, and it wasn't good, and then everyone recorded, and now we're re-recording the key of D.
Alethea, you reminded me of yourself from earlier in the night where you...
Well,
Phil,
it's
you're
close.
really
Phil,
quiet.
you're really low.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had turned him down. Sorry about that.
Am I
I
back?
heard typing. I turned him. I heard.
I'm sorry, I forgot to mute
Jason's
myself.
drunk with power.
Am I back at normal volume?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
Yeah.
good. I'm
Okay.
literally drinking whiskey. Sorry. about
Oh, nice.
That's what happens when you drink and stream. Alethea, you know who you reminded me of? Yourself, from earlier in the night when you chimed in after Victor's song and said that for women as well, singing in the tender high register also conveys vulnerability, and that was definitely a vulnerable song. And I really respond strongly when I hear a singer allow themselves to be so I don't know what the word is. I don't want to say vulnerable, but so, I guess, small, if that makes, like, unprotected, exposed. with their voice like that. Like, you weren't hiding behind anything. There weren't like loud crashing guitar chords, even the delicate parts of the song where you were having the arpeggios, and it was just the vulnerability in your voice contained the whole world of feeling.
Yeah, I think
Totally, I agree.
that's what's special about singer-songwriter events, is like we can really like pull the song apart, like just get down to the fundamentals, and it's so beautiful. But I also love playing with tons of people. I mean, it's just different, but yeah.
Yeah. There's a place for all of it. All right, so that was Alethea. Someday she'll be fine without you.
Someday.
Moving on, now we have Swagata.
So this third song, I'm actually in the process of recording right now, and I'm recording with the ice. I'm recording with the ice plant in Long Island City, and so far the process has been great. And this is just one of 4 songs that I'm recording there, and this song came about just after I had moved to the West Coast, and I had reconnected with someone prior to leaving. And I mean, you'll hear all the flowery words and such in it, but essentially it boils down to having a fling. So this song is about having a fling. But it's called, I decided to call this Timing because, the timing was just perfect, right? You're moving across the country, why not? But I hope you guys enjoy this.
Staying in, I was moving on, I was ready for a change. Then you hit me up, asking how I was. We should hang, are you around today? I was curious and I had the time, so I said okay. Then you said to me, you've been listening and you wanted to know more. Then we got a drink and we talked about all the things we hadn't known before. I didn't realize that you felt that way back then. I was surprised, but I'm willing to give it a try. We can't take this slow because I've got to go, but that doesn't mean it has to end. Timing is a funny thing. It feels so new, but familiar too. I enjoy spending this time. When you look at me, it is comforting. Your smile made my day so bright. I don't know where this goes, but right now it feels just right. We can't take this slow because I've got to go, but that doesn't mean it has to end. Timing is a funny thing. I can't hold on, can't keep hoping for anything more. I'm not really sure where this goes, so I'm just gonna go with the flow. In the final hours before we're close apart, you look me in the eye. You might be away, you'll be back someday. Let's keep talking, it doesn't hurt to try. It doesn't have to mean goodbye. We can't take this slow because I've got to go, but that doesn't mean it has to end. Timing is a funny thing. We can't take this slow because I've got to go, but that doesn't mean it has to end. Timing is a funny thing.
I love that one.
Very good.
I love that one so much. That was awesome. There were so many good little moments. Like, I especially loved the last line. Like, oh, it was really good. Like, all the timing.
How are you so awesome?
Well, I had help with this song. So I wrote this with a good friend in Seattle. And actually, speaking about what we were talking about before, you know, sometimes like there's too much going on in your head, and you know, especially when you're in a new city and being an extroverted person, you're trying to find like a lot of social situations, or you know, what's the thing out here that I need to do. So I wasn't having you know, a lot of progress when it came to like songwriting. I was in a rut for a little bit, and so Heather, I had met her in so. The person's name is Heather Thomas. She co-wrote this song with me, and she is part of the Seattle music scene. And I had blasted out a message in, you know, the Seattle music group saying, "Hey, I've just moved, and I would love to co-write with someone or just like jam out or such." And she responded to me right away, and she's like, "Yes, let's write something together." She like, you know, embraced me with open arms into the music scene, and yeah, it was fun writing this song too. You know, just kind of going through it, and it was just, you know, talking about it. It helps so much to sometimes like say out loud what your experiences were, and then have someone else listen to it, and then you know, you both come up with this really cool concept. And you know, so I'm excited to release this song eventually. And you know, and Heather's voice is on it too. She harmonizes on it, so I'm happy to have done this with her.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, that's fun. I love co-writing, right? Like, it's just, it's a great thing. And the story is so good too. I love it. It's a good story.
Well, was it timing is a funny thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so that was Swagata. If you're watching at home and you'd love to see Swagata perform live, come see the bunch of us on Saturday, June 26th at Porch Stomp.
Don't forget to buy your ferry tickets.
Yes, don't forget to buy your ferry tickets. I got to do that myself. All right, Jason, did you put me back at my appropriate volume?
Yes, I did. Sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. Whenever I get into an artist, an act, I get very obsessive, and I listen chronologically to every single note that artist had ever recorded. And over the pandemic, I dove deep into the Indigo Girls. I don't know if we have any Indigo Girls fans, but they have 15 studio albums, 4 live albums, and solo albums, and I listened to every single note and dove very deep. So here is I told you I'm trying to do a new song I hadn't done before. Here is a cover from the Indigo Girls. And I think they're doing a free concert in Central Park in September with Ani DeFranco. And I will definitely be there. So any of you people out there who are Indigo Girls, Ani DeFranco fans, Central Park, September. I'll see you there. This song is called Closer to Fine. It's their big hit. It's the Campfire Sing-Along song. And I think I taught myself guitar in college listening to this song. It's the more... like the Buddhist proverb, if you reach for enlightenment, you will pass it. I'm not saying it correctly, but you will, in reaching for something, you'll often pass it by rather than just being and arriving at it. And that's kind of what this song is about. If you know this song, feel free to sing along. All right. I'm trying to tell you something about my life. Baby, give me insight between black and white. Best thing you ever done for me is to help me take my life less seriously. It's only life after all. Yeah. Well, darkness has a hunger that's insatiable, and lightness has a call that's hard to hear. I wrap my fear around me like a blanket. I sail my ship of safety till I sank it. I'm crawling on your shores. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, looked to the children, I drank from the fountains. There's more than one answer to all these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. And unless I seek my source for some definitive, closer I am to find, yeah. Closer I am to find, yeah. I went to see the doctor of philosophy, the poster of Rasputin and a beard down to his knee. He never did marry or see a B-grade movie. He graded my performance. He said he could see through me, and I spent 4 years prostrate to the higher mind. Got my paper and I was free. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountains. There's more than one answer to all these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. Unless I seek my source for some definitive, closer I am to find, yeah. Closer I am to find, yeah. I stopped by the live stream at 3 a.m. to seek solace in a bottle or possibly a friend. And I woke up with a headache like my head against a board. Now it's twice as cloudy as I've been the night before, and I went in seeking clarity. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountains. Yes, we go to the doctor, we go to the mountains, children, we drink from the fountains. Yes, we go to the Bible, we go through the workout, we read up on revival. What do? We stand up for the lookout. There's more than one answer to all these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. Unless I seek my source for some definitive, closer I am to find. Closer I am to find. Closer I am to
Good job, Phil. Yeah.
Phil, it froze it with you going like this, like.
Yeah, rock star.
It's amazing.
What's that? Did the sound freeze or just the photo?
Just the
Just
photo.
Just the image, just your image, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's weird
it's great though.
because-
It's amazing.
It's freezing on free stream, but I can see it on Instagram. So for some reason, Restream isn't showing us what's actually happening.
So
I see
Alethea,
I see you on Instagram. Fine.
so you're saying that it froze at just the perfect moment to capture the
perfect
epic,
moment.
exactly how I planned it.
Yeah.
Just
you should do that for all your live gigs now. Just pause and that.
Yeah, just
I'll-
make sure you.
I'll get up on stage at the venue, and I'll be like, for those of you sitting in the seats, please don't watch me on stage. Look down and watch the stream.
Okay. We're going to spend all the money on a series of levers and chains so you can actually do the jump and it can keep you suspended and you can just pause and just let that ring out. That's what we're going to do. That's where that's
Is it
that's
still
where this is going.
frozen for anybody else or no?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Out of curiosity, we'll move on to Jason's turn, but before we do, how many of you are familiar with Indigo Girls? Is it just me and Alethea? So on Victor and Jason? All right. Well, Pam at home just said that she's requesting for us to sing that together in the future so she could put in the harmonies. Of course, Pam, of course we will do that. You are our preferred harmony vocalist, and anytime, this is a tip for any musicians in the New York area, see Princess Pam live in person if you can, and almost as good as seeing her in person is having her attend one of your shows, because you are just going to have glorious harmony vocals filling out your sound coming from the audience every single time. So
You did the Harvest Moon harmonies for me. One of the last shows we did.
Pam, yes, we will definitely do that. All right, Jason, you're up.
All right. Myself ready here. I have a good song to end on. End on a nice waltz. One of the first songs that I wrote about living in New York and the loneliness we could feel even though we're like right next to people. I always found that very interesting, that aspect of it. This is called Apartment. Many a time I wait at your door and fall asleep on the floor. And as I awake, all of these papers surround me. The Times and the Post, they help keep me afloat with their witty interjections about life in this boat. This torrid boat called New York. I wake up with my lonely person, but it's just a fascination I'm dreaming of. vividly I recall I'm getting too old to crawl. Or is it just pins and needles that are crawling out my bones? Maybe I'm not tough enough for this old town. Apartment hall sleeping isn't sleeping so sound. Wake up with my lonely person, and you are just a fascination I'm dreaming of. I'm reaching for another life, one that's sound and cozy, and you're my wife. One day we'll stand up tall, rise upon a cool forest floor, and wondering if this is the place we have always belonged, and nowhere else to go but down some musty old road toward the unknown, toward the unknown, the unknown. Thank you. Thank you.
Jason, I remember when you were writing that song.
Oh yeah, that was before our first gig together in New York back in 2006.
Yeah. And I remember, I don't know the exact lyric, but at the end, you originally said the word life, and then you changed it to wife. And I thought, that's interesting. Perhaps
Wow.
Jason will be
I
married
don't
one
even
day.
remember that. That's crazy. I didn't even
And now
remember that.
you have a wife that you live
Exactly.
with in an apartment. So your song came true.
What I was actually interestingly inspired by was I used to work for a film composer, and there was a house. He was at the end of an apartment hallway, and the apartment next to him, I guess the person was like away for a while. So it just had piles of like newspapers. I mean, this is before digitized newspapers. The piles of newspapers there. So I just was wondering, thinking about the story around that.
No, it's an awesome concept. I think it's a very real thing too in New York. Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's cool. I
All
just
right.
love
There's that,
what
right?
scales do you use usually? Because I'm noticing you have a lot of cool. Like, what keys are you writing in?
That one's like C minor, E major, E flat major rather. So like
So you do switch. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I switch a lot.
I noticed that.
But I try to follow my ear. I went to school for composition and stuff, so
Okay.
there's a problem where you can get too academic about it.
Yeah, it's true.
So I try to just follow my ear, and the C minor and E flat major are very related to each other. You'll find a lot of pop songs that have the relationship between minor and major because they're really the same scale.
Yeah.
All right.
Relative minor.
That was Jason Vitelli. You could follow him on all social media at Jason Vitelli Music. Before we have Victor sing his song, let's do our thing of taking the
that's
group
right.
photo.
All right, let me get everyone back.
At Roomful of Sky, every time we do a live show, we get our big group photo. And when we do these live streams, It's, of course, a group screenshot, so we'll get our group screenshot. I could take a couple. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Cheese. All right. Let me see how that came out.
I love that.
Let
That
me see
was
how
so good.
photogenic we are. Okay, well, we have to keep that one because Alethea. I'll
do
post
not-
this.
do not
I'll
share
post
that
this
one.
to Instagram
That
tonight.
was only for you guys.
You'll see. You'll see. I'm happy. I think we're one and done. Victor, start your song, man.
Yes, all right. This was a request from Princess Pamela, and if there is a request, especially from Princess Pamela, it must be done.
It's a beautiful song, Victor. I always love hearing it.
Phil, I was gonna do something else, but when it's a request, you can't not. This song's called Mondrian.
I dreamt you were a tightrope walker, some city skyline stalker, but then you fell into the sea. You crashed into me. And then I dreamt that I was a vagabond, and when even my echo would not respond, it was you that set me free. You gave $1 to me, and she dreams in dreams like Mondrian. It's like she knows the hill I'll die upon. She's lost inside a Mondrian, where she's walking till she's gone. I dreamt we were attached at the hip. We were Siamese twins for a little bit. Oh, but then someone ripped us in two, and I lived without you. And then I dreamt that we were in Alcatraz, and you broke out with such pizzazz through the bars. You melted through, yelled, "I'll come back for you." And she dreams in dreams like Mondrian. It's like she knows the hill I'll die upon. She's lost inside a Mondrian, where she's walking till she's gone. I dreamt everything was in its proper place, like little boxes out in space. Oh, but time is a relentless wheel, and it makes you kneel. And sometimes I pretend that we're still in love, and that there is a God above. Oh, but you showed me what's real, and a deal is a deal. And she dreams in dreams like Mondrian. It's like she knows the hill I'll die upon. She's lost inside a Mondrian, where she's walking till she's gone.
Something like that.
I would say that's a love song, right, Victor? Or am I wrong?
Kinda. Yeah, it is.
Sorta?
It's about I'd say the tragedy of love, and the bitter taste that lingers on. But yes, absolutely, it's
So the
about
bitterness of Victor has. It's only a love song if you add enough bitterness. It's a
love.
Victor
Yeah, well,
love song.
it's just, yeah.
Are there other flavors of love than those two? Bitterness?
No. Of course, love is quite sweet. But that song is about the aftermath, particularly when you love someone and then you lose someone. So,
Yep.
yeah.
All right.
For
Well,
all you guitar nuts out there, this is 104 years old as of this year.
Wow.
And if you play a flat top acoustic guitar, this is the grandfather, at least for Gibson, before they knew what to do with the pins going in. So they just thought, let's put a piece of plastic on the end of an archtop tailpiece and slam some pins in it. And it wasn't until later that they actually bought a Martin and ripped the face off and said, oh, that's how they do it. And you have the modern Gibson today. But
I know, it's beautiful.
this is what they did beforehand.
Beautiful.
I had no idea that Kermit the Frog worked for Gibson 104 years ago.
Kermit the Frog here saying, buy a Gibson. Yeah, no. Yeah. It's late. It's been.
Wait,
it's been a
explain
day.
the Kermit and the Frog. Where?
Oh, I just did a voice.
The
and
voice that he,
Bill was making fun
the
of me.
voice that he used when he was explaining. Oh, and we'll attach this piece right over here.
Okay, yeah.
That was more of a Yoda than a Kermit the Frog when I did it, but you get the idea. All right. Well, for those of you following along at home, that concludes our 3 times around the circle of the 5 of us. We've all done our song. We're going to go a little bit over tonight because we have our 2 fantastic guests. So Alethea and Swagata will do one more song each to close out the night. But I just wanted to mention the lineup for our next couple of months. So as we mentioned earlier, we don't know yet when the in-person live Music at Mario's in the East Village is going to resume, but that'll be sometime in the next 2 or 3 months, we imagine. This live stream series is going to continue. We're going to rebrand it into something else that we'll announce at the time. But for the time being, our online edition, our next one, is on the second Tuesday of July to avoid the conflict with the 4th of July holiday weekend. And we have on Tuesday, July 13th, Russ Stone and Rue Star. Russ Stone and Rue Star. Very similar names. And then on August 3rd, first Tuesday of August, we have Jeff Jacobs, who has been watching along from home tonight. And we also have Cassandra May Lawrence, who will be joining us from Atlanta, Georgia that night. So if you've subscribed to us, you'll get all of the spam announcing our live stream and soon to be in-person gig. Our next appearance collectively as Roomful of Sky is going to be Saturday, June 26th at Porch Stomp on Governor's Island. 5 hours of 14 acoustic stages. We hope to see some of you there. And I think that's all of our announcements. Jason, Victor, you guys got anything?
Great day for a picnic, just saying.
Yeah, very true. All right, without further ado, let's have our couple of encore performances for the night. We'll have, and then Swagata, 1 song each, and then we'll call it a night. Take it away.
Okay, so this song is about the devil. And I don't know if I should say anything else. Okay. I hear him in the. Okay, sorry guys. This is the first stream I've done in a while. I hear him. I hear me. It's because it's in the wrong key. Okay. Here we go. I hear him calling you in the dead of night. I know 'cause I was calling too. Oh, he's got your mind hooked on smoke and mirrors. I'm trying, but I just can't break through. He's gonna try to dry your eyes. He's gonna try keep you hypnotized. You try to push back, but it's a one-way fight. The devil, he's got control of your mind. I'm trying to reach you. Can't you take my hand? I'm trying to save you. Can't you understand? Oh, 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 oh. Side. You try push back, but it's a one-way fight. A few will make it. It's hard to survive. I know he's pulling you away from me. But there's nothing I can do. I know he's calling you away from me. Oh, but there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
I don't know if you noticed this comment come in while you were singing, Alethea, but one of our regular fans, Ruth, hi Ruth, thanked you and Swagata for coming and joining and making this the best virtual music at Mario's we've had, and we've been doing it over a year.
Wow.
So,
amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. You make it amazing.
So you're making. I think you are each gaining some new fans tonight, and if you're just discovering Alethea for the first time, please follow her on all of her platforms. It's AKB Music with a 2 Ks, AKB _ and then a K at the end. AKB Music on all the platforms.
There you go. I just
She's
put it
got
up on the
great
screen
stuff.
for your.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having us too. Like it means a lot, you know? It's like an outlet that we can actually still perform. You're creating a venue because all these venues closed and now they're opening, so we appreciate it, you know?
Yeah, and once you return to New York, we'll include you in our live shows. So when are you making a return to Brooklyn?
So my plan is August 1st in Greenpoint is like the date. Yeah, Greenpoint.
Nice.
Yeah, Greenpoint's beautiful.
Are you moving in with Jason and Lisa?
No, I'm living with a friend who's scouting right now, so I'm trying to fly back a little early to help, you know, figure it out. So I'm probably gonna be there in July 15th. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. Tonight after this, I have to like nail down the dates. So, yeah.
All right. Well, July 16th, I expect to see you at my show.
Okay.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Alethea joining us tonight from Oregon. Thank you so much for being with us, Alethea. And to close out the night, last but not least, we have Swagata. Take it away.
Thanks. So this last one is a cover. And I grew up listening to a lot of different types of music, but sometimes what I like to do is pick things up on instruments like piano or guitar. And I thought it was interesting to pick this up on piano. But if you've heard of Red Hot Chili Peppers, if you're fans of them, this is a piano version of Californication. Hope you enjoy it.
a cool arrangement. Oh my goodness. Great arrangement. It's really great.
It's a fun one to play.
I love the little solo section too. It really just fits the piano so well.
Yeah, it does. That lick on the piano is great. Like, I love that lick so much.
Thank you. That's like my, I like taking covers and dissecting them, and then piano is my first instrument, so I usually translate them to piano. So I've taken songs like Eric Clapton songs and other like guitar songs and put them on piano. The thing I like about that particular one is the solo section, and usually if I'm really stressed out, I just go to my piano and play that section. I'm good.
John Frusciante, who's one of my favorite guitarists too. He just pathos comes through his solos for sure.
All right, so that was a perfect song to close out our music. Thank you so much for being with us, Swagata. And I will probably bump into you on the street since we're now basically next door neighbors.
You're supposed to serenade me, or I'm supposed to serenade you.
Yeah, we'll start having house concerts once the general public of New York are all vaccinated. So
I'll bump into both of you because Ruth lives in the Upper East Side as well.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So for those of you following along at home and watching us every month, thank you so much. We had many of our friends tonight. Ruth, Princess Pam, James joined us. We also had Jeff Jacobs tuning in. We had Niolka. I think my mom tuned in, so I wonder what she thought of that song Prague that I played. And anyone else? For those of you who don't know who we are, I'm Phil Robinson. I'm the Roomful of Sky music guy. I'm the one who spams you all the time. Come see our shows. Below me, we have Victor V. Gurbo, our partner in the Music at Mario's series. You can see on the right above me here, Victor V. Gurbo. That's his spiffy new logo.
Oh yeah,
with a
it looks
little
really
eyeball
good.
on top.
There is an eyeball in there. It's just right on the top. Yeah.
Yeah. There always has to be an eyeball in the logo somehow.
Over here, we have Jason Vitelli, a.k.a. Music for Multimedia. Jason does it all. He plays every instrument. He composes. He does film scoring. He's a recording engineer. He produces live streams. If you have any of those needs...
Don't do it.
Sorry.
He's
Like
freaky.
that Pokemon episode.
Yeah.
They did kids'
Tony's
seizures,
on.
and I got a headache now.
When Missy West is on.
And,
Oh
and you could-
wow, Tony. Good to see
And
you.
you could, hey, Tony! Okay, now that Tony's here, good night, everyone.
Oh wait.
The event is
Just start over again.
Oh, yeah, take it from the top. Thank you all for tuning in. This live stream, the video is going to live forever on the Roomful of Sky YouTube channel and the Facebook channel. And,
Oh, Monty
And,
Python is great.
we got
That's my
Pam
favorite sketch.
with our Monty Python quote. Very good. Be well, everyone. We love you, and we will see you next time. Hopefully, we will see you, some of you, in person, Saturday, June 26th, Governor's Island for Porch Stomp.
All right, bye everybody.